Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner, aka Roettgen Braai Master. Today we're making Flanksteak fajitas. Now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. And this is what you need for today. Now obviously you need a flank steak, and this is a wonderful Black Angus flank steak from Australia. In addition, for the marinade that we're going to put the flank steak in for about 2 hours, we need some chili powder, cumin, oregano, salt, olive oil, some lime juice, Corona, some spring onions, garlic, chili and cilantro. Now for the sides, later on you need a couple of onions, you need some paprika, mushrooms, olive oil and salt. And then obviously you need tortillas, and these are tomato tortillas. Now obviously you can get the plain ones as well. You need some sour cream, some homemade guacamole, some grated cheese and some more cilantro. Now in the first step what we're going to do is I've already cleaned up the flank steak a little bit, and we're going to scar it. So all you need to do is basically cut into the meat a little bit, not too deep though, but you just want to get a little square, like little square cuts going, just like that. It will help for the marinade to get into the meat. Obviously you don't need to tenderize this because this will be super tender, but it will just add another level of flavor. So we're going to do this all across on both sides. And then we're going to put it into a freezer bag. So this time I'm not going to vacuum pack it because obviously we're not going to sous vide cook it. We're just going to marinate it for about 2 hours, as I said, in this bag. Let's quickly get the chopping out of the way. So, you can start with whatever you like. I usually start off with the garlic. You just chop it up. You don't have to go overly fine on it. You just want to get all those lovely flavors out of them. So basically like that. Then we cut up the cilantro. Cut up the spring onions into fine little rolls, as well as the whole chili. Now, obviously what you can do is, if you want, leave the seeds in. Obviously it will be rather spicy afterwards. Now, as we have kids that will be eating with us, I'd rather remove, the seeds and then season my fajita later on, because I don't like the crying later on when we are all eating. And then lastly, to the limes. Now what you want to do, and I've said that in previous videos, you want to squeeze them a little bit while they're still whole. It makes it easier then to get all the juices out of them afterwards. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut them in half and squeeze them into the bag. Now what I suggest that you do is you use one of those forms, because obviously this bag might leak a little bit. You never know, and you obviously don't want to mess up your fridge. So that's what I like to do. And then in no particular order, you're just going to add all the ingredients into the bag. Make sure that they then get nicely distributed. And then the meat will go back in the fridge for about 2 hours. Until it has all marinated through. And when you're all done, just close it up. Get as much air out as you can. And then move it around a little bit. Make sure that it's nicely coated from all sides. And then you're good to go. While the steak is marinating, we are going to quickly take care of the sides. So all you need to do is you're going to take out whatever is in the paprika, so the stem, as well as all the seeds. And then we're just going to cut it into long strips so that we can fry them up later on the barbecue. Now with the mushrooms, please don't wash them because they're like a sponge, so they you know, retain all the water that you use when you wash them. So all you need is basically a little brush, and you brush off the soil or the dirt. And then what I like to do is I like to remove the stem, and then also just cut them into long little strips, because when you fry them up, they will get a little smaller anyways, and they will fit very nicely in your fajita. And then lastly, with the onions, what you want to do is you want to obviously peel them and then cut them into strips as well. So don't chop them, because then everything has a similar cooking time outside on the barbecue. The steak has been marinating for 2 hours, and I've already drained the fluids. Now don't worry about you know, any of these small bits that are still on there. They will fall off once we put it on the grate. And we're gonna start off with the flank steak and give it some high heat. Until we move it in the indirect zone, and then we will take care of the sides. About 90 seconds later, let's give it a flip. Another 90 seconds are up, and we're going to move it in the indirect zone over here. And then we're going to take care of our vegetables. The cast iron plate is on medium-high heat. We're going to add some olive oil to it. And then we're going to throw on our vegetables. And then we're going to give them some color. About 8 minutes later, the steak has reached its final temperature, and we're going to set it to the side and rest it. And we're going to take care of our fajita shells, and I'm using this item. It's from a Swedish supplier of fine furniture, if you know what I mean. Obviously this is more for like pots and pans as a holder, but it's great to give your taco shells a little bit of a form, or your fajita shells to give them the right form. The steak has sufficiently rested, and let's give it that center cut. But I think, guys, that is absolutely perfect. So we're going to cut it in long strips, and then we're ready to prepare our fajitas. Right, all the ingredients are ready. Let's plate up, and what you do is take some of the vegetables, put them on there, a little bit of homemade guacamole if you like, couple of strips of steak, some of that sour cream, and just a hint of cilantro. And guys, I almost forgot, obviously we had grated cheese as well, so we put that on there, and I think they look absolutely fantastic, and we're gonna dig in now. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video about the flank steak fajitas. Now, they were super delicious. The steak was right on point, so I'm quite happy with the result. Now, if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. And please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come. And I hope to see you soon again at Toby's Barbecue Corner.